siren. Humna, boo. What's this? Just chilling.
What's this?
Your beautiful face. Don't ever make fun of my friend Steph. Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Stexy. Yeah, that's right. Steph Sabraw in the His House.
I'm so glad to be back.
Is His House not a phrase anymore? Like, do I just sound like I'm stuck in a different generation?
A little Steve Martin-esque from Cheaper by the Dozen, but good. She's Steve Martin's legend.
Yo, the hizzy to the shizzy, and you can't stop the fizzy.
You can't stop, won't stop, Roxy Stryer.
And the party. Get down. What is happening, guys? Some things to talk about today. We're probably going to be doing a shortened show because we are filming our IRL episode of World Girls.
Okay.
Can't tell you what it is. It's a secret.
But it's sick.
It is effing sick. This is a Steph Sabraw creation.
Roxy has a task that she's very excited about.
Okay, let me tell you about the task because I can't tell you what it is, but here's what I'll liken it to. Did you have Powder Puff?
Yeah, I murdered.
Okay, so we had Powder Puff. For anybody who doesn't know, that is, for us at least, around the big football game for Thanksgiving. There is a women's game, a female football game. That's flag football. Is it the same thing for you?
Jake says sounds like the mic's not the audio source.
Let's see. Thanks, Jake, for letting us know. That's probably true if you think it's so. Yep. How's this, bitches? Should be better.
Is that better?
Thanks, guys. Probably was coming from the computer. Who knows why it changes the settings?
I don't know.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Got to check every time. Clearly don't. So Powder Puff, when there's the all-women game that is played around the big football game for Thanksgiving.
Go sports.
For us, it's the seniors versus the juniors. You wait till you're a junior to play Powder Puff, and you play against the senior girls. And for me, I played sports, but I was more of a theater kid, and I wasn't very great with sports. And all I wanted to do was touch the ball every play. And the coach of our Powder Puff team made me the center, which meant I got to hike the ball every single play, but didn't actually have to run or catch or do anything. And I was also at this time, as you know, super fucked up on all of the things. And all I wanted was to be the center of attention, but I didn't want to have to work. And this was like that. And what Steph has done for me in this shoot is that 2.0, just to be clear.
Oh my God. I was like, how is she going to connect these two? But you did beautifully because that's kind of exactly what's happening.
That is what's happening. So You guys don't know what it is, but you will soon. And so because of that, we're going to do a shortened show today. But don't worry, we're going to get to a ton of news. We're also going to... No, that was it. Take your questions, comments, concerns, super chat, Streamlabs. Brett Hankinson, Miles Cosgrove, Jonathan Mattingly, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. Probably on day 30 of saying it on this show, maybe day 175 since the actual murder has happened. Clearly, we're not going to let this go as we shouldn't because as we shouldn't or as we should. As we should not let it go.
We should not.
We aren't going to let it go as we should. Not.
Yeah.
My grammar isn't as good as my heart. My heart knows exactly what's up, and my brain does too. And that's the fact that we are going to keep fighting this fight because clearly it fucking matters and it's important. And I will say, because we are talking about Chadwick Boseman today, I do feel like a new fire is lit under my ass to be a good person. I always feel like I try to be a good person, but considering what an extreme fighter he was and what a leader and what a beautiful soul he was, I'm like, okay, if we can do one thing for him, it's fucking stepping the hell up. Yeah. So we're going to continue to do that. Weston says I should keep a tab of how many days you say it. I think it's 30, but yeah, I mean, the good thing is there's record of it, so I'll go back and look. Not that it matters how many days that I've said it. It just matters how many days it's fucking been.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
But we're also going to talk about a couple other things today. Like I said, Chadwick Boseman. There's a really beautiful story with him and Denzel Washington. In case you guys didn't hear it, I will fill you in. Also, we've talked on the show about industries that are thriving during COVID. We haven't talked about this one that we're going to speak about later on in the show. And I think you guys will be as surprised as I was to find it out. Because, vain. People are super duper just trying to live their best life.
You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you.
Okay, Legault Land says Roxy started July 23rd, so it's day 38. Wow, day 38 of me saying it on the show. Holy shit, time goes by. That's fucking crazy. Oh, yeah, because last time you were here, I was saying it, and you haven't been here in a month.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Also, Donald Trump updates. He tweeted something ridiculous this morning. Surprise, surprise. But also wanted to talk about the RNC ratings and the hashtag that's going around, hashtag Trump is not well, and what that means. And then there's this crazy Elon Musk's Neuralink company that he's been working on, something that we found out more about yesterday. It had been very secretive until yesterday, and holy shit, this is bizarre. So all that and more. Get in your Streamlabs early today because, as I said, we are going to be leaving probably in 25 minutes, something around there, so we can set up. We have our first one that came in today from, I'm so blind, Glenn Caesar. Could you see that? Glenn Caesar says, hello, Roxy and Steph.
That could have been so bad.
I know.
Go on.
I was like, that can't be the sentence. Hello, Roxy and Steph. Love you both. Still kind of in shock over Chadwick Boseman's passing, but I'm still hoping you and the Rockstars band have a happy and sunshine-filled rest of your day. I may not be able to watch live, but sending lots of bunnies to you all. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciate that. Glenn, you're always so supportive and amazing and just the fucking shit. So keep on rocking in the free world. Joshua Beauty Boy Rose says, Steph, been crafting some love potions because I think they're working.
Oh, man.
However, Roxy's still bae. Thanks, babe. Hope y'all have a good day and good vibes are on the way.
Thank you. We need the good vibes.
Vibrations. Yeah, especially for a shoot day. But honestly, there's always good vibes on a shoot day for little girls. Do you think I can drink this yet or it's still too hot?
Mine's like piping hot. I want it so bad.
No, I'm going to burn myself. I tend to
do
that. What?
I can't see. I feel like our seating situation is so different than usual.
Here, just so you know, you are how I always fucking feel when I feel like I have a big head because you sit so fucking far back.
I can't see shit, and I just want to be a part of the conversation.
Does this help?
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Cool.
Sometimes in life you have to ask for things, or you can complain and ask at the same time.
You could have just taken it, though.
I am not going to move your computer. Oh, taking the not seeing shit?
No, move the computer. Why?
No, that'd be so rude. If you were looking at your computer, you just slid it towards me.
What? You're on the show.
Anyways, we had the best sushi last night.
It was really fucking good.
It was so good.
I literally slid it towards me because I can't see.
I know, it's so hard.
I am so blind.
Yeah.
And I turned up all the brightness on it. All right, let's talk about some of the news before we get to more things on you guys. Obviously, we did a stream last night for the World Girls. Thanks to everybody who showed up to support and kind of unpack what was happening with Chadwick Boseman with us. I think we were all in shock last night. And to be perfectly honest, this morning, I was still completely in shock. I woke up with that pit in my stomach, the fact that he's gone. Steph and I were kind of looking online last night too. And then Steph reminded me about that picture that popped up of him where he was so thin. And we all kind of were talking about what was going on there. And I don't even remember. I know I mentioned it on the show, but anytime that a celebrity majorly loses weight or gains weight, we talk about is this for a role? Is this person on drugs? What's happening here? And it's always such flash judgments. And I'm one of those people who start speculating, and we just truly never know what the fuck's going on in somebody's life or world.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many lessons to be learned from Chadwick Boseman in general and his passing, but I think that's definitely one. What is the point of even, and everyone has to learn from this, including myself, exerting that sort of verbal energy into the world, commenting on someone's physical appearance? It's just such a waste of breath unless it's positive. Mm-hmm. And if you're speculating, then you're actually doing nothing, which all of us are guilty of.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I remember the whole internet lost their shit about that photo, and none of us knew. Yeah. And how many times do you think that's happened in life where a similar situation to that has taken place and just we don't actually know and we think we know? I think I know fucking things all the time, and then people prove me wrong and I'm like, oh yeah, here's what you know, Roxy. You don't know jack shit.
Yeah.
Like straight up. So I felt bad about that. But there was a beautiful story this morning that I remember taking place, but I hadn't heard about it or thought about it in several years, about Denzel Washington. And in case you guys didn't see this on Twitter Moments or whatever, because I know that everybody has different Twitter
trending
For You, you know how like in the For You section. So in the For Me, I was glad. I like when they get it right, because I'm like, sometimes they pitch me stories and I'm like, why the fuck would you think I would care about this? Yeah. But this one I obviously legitimately cared about. And Chadwick Boseman went to Howard University. He went in the late 90s. And the students that were at Howard at the time were accepted into a really prestigious theater program for a summer at Oxford that they couldn't afford. And not knowing him at the time, Felicia Rashad, who was one of their teachers, asked Denzel Washington to pay for the students. And he did. And one of those students was Chadwick Boseman. So it's kind of unbelievable. And then like years later, in a speech honoring Denzel Washington, Chadwick shares this story. And it's like the value that we can all have in paying it forward. And Denzel, who did that anonymously at the time, and they didn't find out until like it wasn't public knowledge. He wasn't doing it for people to know. He just was called and was told like, these are very talented people and they deserve a shot. And he paid for, I think I read that it was like 9 of them or something to go to Oxford for the summer, straight up. And then for one of the people to be Chadwick Boseman, like imagine how freaking cool that is. And we don't know, like that summer could have changed Chadwick Boseman's life. It could have made him, without that, we don't know. Maybe he worked a different job and decided theater wasn't for him, and I'm not saying that would have happened, but such a sliding door moment where like somebody doing that for you could really legitimately change your world. And looking at such a legendary, iconic, incredibly talented actor who also is Black, helping out the next gen of legendary, iconic Black actors is just like so fucking
sick. Cool. So sick. And it makes you think, I don't know if it's because of that story or just like some divine pairing, but in a lot of ways, Chadwick Boseman's career trajectory was following in Denzel's in terms of, I mean, he's already a household name and a lot of people's top 10 actors.
Denzel or Chadwick?
Chadwick already. But I mean, was just with his iconic biopic roles becoming one of the greatest to ever do it. I mean, still would be considered one of the greatest, but on that Denzel level of longevity and versatility.
There were so many tweets going on last night about like, he was just getting started. And I think that's very true about him or a Heath Ledger or somebody who, you know, they had lived some life and they had several roles that were incredibly impactful. But a lot of times, especially when you look like Chadwick Boseman looked, which is like incredibly young, because he looked like he could still play a 30-year-old, like young dad, whatever.
Yeah.
The best, especially as a man, because women, we know, don't get the opportunities later in their career as much as men do. But like, think about Denzel's career. The majority of Denzel's roles that he's incredibly famous for aren't until he's in his 40s and 50s, right? Like that's when he really, so we don't even know what Chadwick would have been able to do. And yeah, I just thought that was so cool that imagine being both Chadwick being like, wow, somebody believes in me that I don't know, who's a fucking star. And in his speech, he was like, can you guys understand being a kid at Howard and thinking, wow, the dopest actor on the planet is paying for me in my summer program?
Yeah.
Can't imagine that. And then imagine being Denzel being like, I did that.
Yeah. I picked the right crew. No, it's so, I mean, I just like want to, I've been obviously like many of us have probably just been watching his Chadwick Boseman's past speeches and his appearances, his SNL appearances, which are like some of the best of the newer SNL stuff. And I like didn't even love him or I loved him so much, but it's like there's still so much to love, which speaks to how special his existence is that for the rest of our lives we will still be learning from him and being blessed with the art he's created on our screens.
Completely. And also what I do love is that like this also is going to make me go rewatch a ton of his stuff.
Oh my God. Someone tweeted, can we just all watch Black Panther collectively today? And I was like, yeah, I think we can.
Yeah. I mean, hell yeah. And then, Pink Sweets in here says Chadwick has also paved the way completely and paid it forward for other up and coming people. And I think that that's the point, that we don't know the impact we can have on people. So paying it forward is so freaking important. Anyway, so if you guys have any favorite performances of Chadwick's or any favorite quotes of his or memories or whatever it is, please leave them in the comments. Let us know. And if you want to check out our World Girl stream from last night, it was really a beautiful moment or show, just remembering him and talking about all the people who are remembering him. There's something about the energy in there last night that was just so beautiful, and he's made such an impact on myself and Dorina and Steph.
We thought we were going to go up because we had a stream scheduled. We were going to do a personality quiz, and for some reasoning, we got pushed back because Roxy had a Schmodown match, and it was running later than we thought it was going to. So we were going to push it back, and it ended up being pushed back to the very minute that the news broke about Chadwick Boseman, and we all were like, this doesn't feel right. We can't just do a personality quiz right now when there's such a huge loss for the industry and people in general of all walks of life were showing support and sadness over it. So we ended up going on the stream thinking this will be, we see people in the chat, people really want to talk about him, people want to find community, and we thought we were going to be up for 15 minutes, and it was an hour of just like
hour and a half
pouring emotion out about this beautiful, beautiful human and feeling like a community. So that's on our World Girl YouTube page.
Yeah, and also we are at 3.5K watched hours over there, and also close to 1,000 subscribers. So go help support us. We really appreciate that. Thank you for everybody who was there and everybody who's continuing to be there. All right, moving forward, let's talk a little bit about an industry that's thriving right now. That is the plastic surgery / Botox industry. I never know what to call that industry because it's not the beauty industry. I guess it's the facial surgery industry. But they are fucking crushing it right now. And the reason is because people realize that there's a recovery period after you get plastic surgery. Usually if you get a nose job, your nose does not set in place for like 6 months. And it's not for a month that you can take the bandages off. So now when you're not fucking seeing anybody, get your breasts done, get your nose done, get your whatever. Like people are fucking getting their surgeries. And it's so wild because they say any surgery right now that's not necessary shouldn't be done because we don't want more people at risk during COVID. But this is kind of interesting. A lot of facelifts being done. They specifically cited nose jobs, facelifts, and Botox, and the demand being so high right now. Steph, had you thought about this at all? Not for yourself personally, but like for that people were doing this. Do you have any friends who are doing this right now? And what do you think about the fact that people are taking this time to really fix their face?
Yeah.
Fuck up their face?
Change
their face?
Update, whatever your reasoning may be. You know us, so I don't like to knock anyone's hustle. Get it how you get it. However, I did not think that this would be the time because I'm avoiding any location I don't know I have to be in. I order my groceries to drop off unless my family needs something, and I'll go to the store, and it's like a huge thing. So that's surprising in the sense that we're willing to kind of forego some of the worry or what's the word? Risk of being out to get that. But it is, if you think about it logistically, I can't lie, it's a good time to do that if you're going to do it.
Yeah. It's just something that was so not on my radar.
Yeah. First of all, where's the money though?
Yeah.
Send it this way if we got extra cash flow right now to be doing face updates.
The Botox one is weird to me because I've never had Botox before, but from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if you know anything about Botox stuff. I know you never got it either, but chat or Steph, if you know, don't you have to update Botox? Like, wouldn't it not be helpful to get Botox right now? Because by the time we're out of COVID, the Botox would be gone, or does it last that long?
The Botox thing is weird to me because, like you said, with nose jobs, chin jobs, whatever, facelifts, rhinoplasty, that's like the proper term for a nose job.
Oh.
A chin chin reconstruction, a facelift, things that all involve scarring and heavy healing. That makes more sense to me. Botox requires no healing. Like I would work with I worked with some moms at one point when I was at a property management place, and like the moms would come in and they would come just straight from a Botox appointment.
But doesn't it do? Oh, what's the thing with the bruising here? Is that's
lip filler?
Okay.
That's different. Botox has like you might get a minor bruise, but it's not really. So that, and it's true. You need to update it like probably 6 months, I think it is, or something.
In
like
the
that.
chat, Mark Jason Ali says 3 months.
3, yeah, I've heard like 3 to 6 months.
So that seems kind of wild to me that like people right now would be like, I should spend my money on this, maybe like test it out to see if it looks good on them. And like you're just really trying to like check in. Shout out to Leonard Kim, by the way, in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider, who says heart, period. Appreciate that. Period. All right. Also, moving forward, I wanted to talk to you guys about something bizarro, which is Neuralink. Have you guys heard of Neuralink? It's Elon Musk's company. So Elon Musk started a company called Neuralink and has been pretty secretive about what the fuck Neuralink did or does. And then there was a presentation. Yeah, very strange. And then there was a presentation yesterday, so Friday, where he was like, oh, I'm going to show you on pigs what I do, what Neuralink is. So Neuralink is the neuroscience company that, again, is backed by Elon Musk. And what they are doing, as we know now as of yesterday, is that they're building a brain-machine interface, so as well as a little robot that installs in your skull. And the company showed a demo of the technology on a live stream on pigs. So what they say that they're using this for initially is to locate and assess diseases and illness. So basically they're putting a chip in your brain that is a computer that supposedly, not yet, because right now what we saw on the pigs is it's only able to see where neurons are firing. But what it theoretically will be able to do is locate and assess illness and disease, which is kind of wild. And
how long does it stay in for? Is it a permanent thing?
It's a 1-hour procedure to get it into your brain. They haven't announced whether or not it stays there, because if it's just trying to assess illness and disease, probably for the duration of the illness or disease. But the next level of that is for this to eventually seemingly be like your brain as a supercomputer and to access knowledge and information via your brain with the supercomputer that is in you as part of a robot.
Have you seen Altered Carbon?
No.
Do you know the premise?
Mm-mm. There's a Netflix show, right?
Yeah. The premise is, I haven't seen it. I only saw the first half of the first season. It's pretty good. But the premise is that your brain or your existence, your subconscious can be put into a chip. And so there are people who like are convicts and they're like frozen basically, but their existence is still existing in this chip.
Weird.
And they can put you in a different body, but your chip still exists. I just think that's some mad fucking scientist shit that although there's potential for great, there's always an equal opposite that will come with it. And there's a potential for some scary shit with that.
There definitely is. I have to say that it could be really amazing. Like the part that I know I'm seeing a lot of no's in the chat, and I get it. And also, like, instead of investing your money in that, I don't know, maybe like cure cancer.
Cure the diseases.
But like, okay. But it is interesting to think that we could have artificial intelligence in our brain helping to diagnose illnesses, because one of the leading causes of dying from an illness you have is not knowing you have it. Which this would be able to help. And also, how often do you have friends or family who go to the doctors and then they don't know what's wrong? That happens all of the time. So this being able to help with that is interesting. However, we know how something starts is never how it finishes. Like, if it was for that purpose and that purpose alone, that's one thing. But the next level of having a chip in your brain is obviously like, I don't trust the government. I know that sounds crazy, but like, obviously part of being able to be tracked, being able to be accessed, information processed, controlled in any way. Like, all of this is very fucking scary.
Well, also the part that scares me is that how we interpret data is so biased, and we all know that our brains can be like masochists and psychotic at times. And sometimes I think of the most fucked up shit either happening to me or like a fucked up like scenario that comes into my brain. What happens if that triggers like the feds? Steph Sabraw had this thought of massacre. Whatever the fuck it is, and it's a subconscious
and
thought.
What if it's a dream? What if it's I don't know. I think that like if we could trust everybody, this would be great, because then we could really do some great shit with this. But we know we can't trust everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This was wild. And also like watching it work on pigs where you can see the neurons firing. Yeah. So it's not at that next level yet, but it's starting to work where it can access certain parts of your brain and see what's happening there. That was crazy.
It wasn't like the Tesla performance where they threw the ball and it was like fucked up, prototype, not ready.
No, this actually worked. It didn't work to the extent that it will one day, but it showed like exactly what they were trying to show, that it is making progress. Crazy. I just had heard nothing about this prior. So
Xeno Hour, Elon Musk is Lex Luthor confirmed. Facts, bruh. Facts.
Kind of straight up. He also looks like he could be cast as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, so
like whenever I see him, what is his familial situation?
I don't know.
Does he have a spouse?
Well, he's with Grimes, isn't he? They just had their kid. XE10 or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
X-File Master.
Are they married?
No, I don't think so. I'm guessing, but he seems too unconventional for marriage for me.
He's spewed some bullshit about COVID that's like super duper not true.
Well, just like I don't want to say stay in your lane, bro, but also not every lane is yours. Him and Kanye have this thing where they think because they're a genius in one area that they deserve and have the right to just spew out whatever the fuck comes to their mind, and it's just so reckless.
Totally. Like I believe truly and wholeheartedly that if I asked either of them to operate on my heart, they both would. With no experience. I got it.
Yeah, no problem. Doctors, get out of here. Yeah, I got this.
I got it. I'll figure it out when I'm in there.
I can hear sound in color.
Well, it says Wikipedia says he has 7 kids.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Pink Sweet says he has 5 sons.
Oh.
Xeno Hour says he's with Grimes years prior to dating Amber Heard. Really?
Interesting. What a man.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Yes, he is. I don't actually think that about him.
I know, but it's a good song.
Thank you so much. I wrote it.
For me?
I did not. Donald Trump, guys. Our favorite topic on this show. Am I being facetious? I don't even know anymore. It seems like we do talk about Donald Trump every single day on this show, but how the hell can we not? First of all, his RNC ratings, although he touts that they were the best ratings of all the ratings, they were the hugest ratings, they were the greatest ratings. His actual speech got a couple million less people tuning in than Biden's. I believe he was at 21 million and Biden was at like 25 million or something along those lines. It might be off by a couple of million, but that was interesting because the RNC has been doing such a great job apparently of getting people. Mm-hmm. And then also, I took a screenshot of this tweet today. Jesus Christ. Just to be clear, like this is something that he tweeted today.
You have to read his tweets verbatim or else people will think you made it up.
This is 2 tweets. The first one is not surprising. The second one, neither are surprising, but it's okay. About the only way a person is able to write a book on me is if they agree that it will contain as much bad stuff as possible, much of which is lies. It's like getting a job with CNN or MSDNC and saying that President Trump is great. You have 0 chance. Fake news. Even whether it's dumb warmongers like John Bolton, social pretenders like Bob Woodward, who never say anything good to say, or an unstable niece who is now rightfully shunned, scorned and mocked her entire life, and never even liked by her own very kind and caring grandfather.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Janice, tell me.
Yo, what?
Yes, she did say you said racist and anti-Semitic shit. Probably because you have.
You just talk shit on your blood online?
Like, rightfully shunned, scorned and mocked her entire life.
You're a
never
snitch,
even
bitch.
liked by her own kind and caring grandfather.
Okay, first of all, the people he's named on here that have written books about him, I just would like to.
Are you talking about the
John
warmonger
Bolton
and the social pretender?
Yeah. They're not arrested for a reason. The rest of the homies that you have become, that have worked for you and in the cabinet and continue to S your D and make up lies for you are arrested. So I don't know what you're saying. Like, you literally are a mob gangster who talks to criminals, and then you talk shit about people who just want to tell the truth.
Every day when I see his tweets, I'm like, every one of these, if any other president tweeted it, would make front page news. This won't even get picked up because it's nothing compared to the rest of the shit he says.
The MSDNC, like, he's just like that little kid who makes a comment and thinks it's the best burn ever. MSDNC,
oh. Like, you are so stupid sometimes. I put in the sometimes because I'm, like I said, a broken clock is right twice a day. But, like, what is this shit? What is this shit? It's crazy. So, a hashtag was trending today saying, hashtag Trump is not well. And then there started being footage of every time he's fallen, every time he slurred his speech, every time he's, like, used wrong words. And a lot, if you guys have talked to any doctors or scientists who look at Trump, many of them believe that he is suffering from dementia right now. Which, again, I wish that nobody, as somebody with a grandfather who's has dementia, again, you don't wish it on your worst enemy, which Trump kind of is the worst enemy right now. But at the same time, I think it kind of makes sense. Like, I'm not trying to speculate or talk shit or anything like that, but when you're watching all of these things, even his posture, they're talking about, like, there's science and studies that when you lean forward the way that he leans forward, that there's links to that in dementia. Him not remembering half the things that he says. Like, it's just interesting to think about the fact that in the next several years, we might, after he is not president at some point, things might be revealed about him during this time that we might not be aware of right now. Which I don't even know how that would make us feel or what that would mean, but
that would be similar to the Reagan administration.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened with him. And because they're never going to disclose fully what's happening with the health of the president, not only for domestic affairs, but mostly for international affairs. If the president seems weak or delusional, that's a really big problem.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. So just interesting to think about. As we are getting out of here, we do have another Streamlabs that came in from Jake Yacovetta in the streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider. He says, from Pink Sweets in the chat, Chadwick's movies available for streaming, Netflix, Message from the King, Da 5 Bloods, ... Disney Plus, Black Panther, Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, and Endgame, ... HBO Max, Get On Up, Showtime, 21 Bridges. Thank you, Pink Sweets, for breaking all of that down. Do you ever see 21 Bridges?
No, I heard it's pretty good, though.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah. I've seen all of his other movies, so I'm pretty sure.
I didn't see Da 5 Bloods yet either.
It's good.
Which I would like to see.
It's really good. He was excellent in it.
Oh, God. That makes me sad. I don't know why.
I know, that just came out. Yeah, it's really depressing.
Ugh.
Really, really bad.
So thank you guys for joining us today. Again, appreciate you guys supporting the fact that we are doing shortened show right now because we do have the Whirl Girls to go tape. Literally blowing this up all the way.
She can't see.
They're like burning right now.
You're a blue-eyed person.
Okay, Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, thank you, Glenn, says, I'm always amazed by how humanity seems to be fascinated by the idea that technology will save us from everything. Yet at the same time, lots of people seem so fearful of doing things in a natural way, i.e. cannabis and other helpful natural substances. Totally. I have no idea what that's about.
That's corporate America. That's like the way that that's capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
Capitalism can't work without a pharmaceutical industry, corporations.
Here we go. Melanie Lewis, Steph, can you show off those claws? I love them. What color are they? And how in the world do you operate with such long nails? They're
Thank you for
silver.
asking. Yeah, they're like a gray. I needed to do a neutral color because I was shooting a lot this week. And then
Steph crushed this week, guys.
design.
Crushed.
It was a good week for both of us.
Mhm.
You had a huge match in the Schmodown.
Yeah, why is nobody asking me about that? I know no spoilers yet. That's why I'm waiting till tomorrow to talk more about it. But yeah, it was a really big one. Can I out you for a second on something?
Absolutely.
She can operate with the long nails. She can and does. However, not as well as she thinks she can and does. There are definitely certain things she cannot do with the long nails. Like, Steph's like, I can do everything with the long nails.
I can do everything. There have been, these are a little bit longer than usual, but this is the things I can't do. Open soda cans, Legos.
Move workout equipment.
Move workout. Oh yeah, I almost like shattered my thumb last night. That's heavier than it looks, first of all.
Yeah, it's really heavy.
Yeah.
Remember that TikTok video of me pushing this box to go inside?
No.
Did you ever see that? There's this video of me trying to carrying that in here when it was in a box, like with all of the packaging, and the box was the size of this table, and it was heavy like that. I could not figure it out. But she can do a lot. She can do way more than I could ever do.
Garth McMurray. This is a question. I don't know how Steph wipes herself after pooping. Long nails I am like such a I am a psychotic wiper. First of all, I want to get that off there. And nails have nothing to do with that. If you had nails this long, that's different. This like has like no effect at all.
What do you do?
It just like doesn't like the paper towel goes over the nails, so like there's nothing there. And I usually use wet
your
wipes.
nail to like get out anything in the hole.
Oh yeah, definitely using my nail just to pick my butthole constantly, much like you pick your nails.
No, with the toilet paper over it. You're saying because the toilet paper goes over it, so I'm saying, are you using your nail?
No. It's like the palm action. I feel like
you use your palm to wipe your ass.
Yeah. Like with the toilet paper. I use wet wipes first usually. I don't know exactly how. I just know my nails have never felt my butt. They shouldn't have even answered that question.
It wasn't even a super chat. You went for it.
Yeah, fuck.
I don't know how you could wipe your ass with your palm.
Okay, whatever. All I know is my nails are not involved. Leave my ass alone.
Yeah.
Leave my ass alone.
I cannot. It's too perfect of an act. I didn't know my joke comment would spur such detail. Good point, Carter. I mean, honestly, your nails look so good that it's worth, even if you have to use them to wipe your ass.
It is the authority I receive when like I'm like the fuck in people's faces. It's serious. That I don't do that ever, but if I did,
I've literally never seen you do that. This took such a turn. I wish that we had 20 more minutes to be with you guys. We are getting out of here. Much love to everybody. Wow. Leave Steph's ass alone.
Leave her ass alone.
It's just like I can't even handle it.
Get me out of here, coach. I need to go wipe my ass.
I don't care how she wipes her ass. She's still hot as fuck. It's so true.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow. I think Steph will be here too. So if you guys have any follow-up questions, feel free to leave them in the Streamlabs or in the comments below.
You got ask questions, I got answers.
Steph did say that my ass was growing.
It was.
I'm working. I'm doing my squats and stuff.
It is.
I'm trying to get on that Steph level. My ass could never be your ass, but it could get closer the more I work on it.
Yeah. There's a bubble definition coming through.
It's kind of like my ass is Biden and your ass is Obama. Like mine is never going to be what you could be.
But you could be a part of this administration.
Yeah, I could be a part of the administration. I could be getting closer.
That's honestly amazing.
Welcome to the show, first-time viewers. And then I put up a comment that didn't say that, but the scoop technique is amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know what that is.
With your nails in your ass. No, I think it's like
you.
Bye. I don't know, like make your beds. Okay, bye.
Oh my God.